Hello, this is Molé Mama, and I'm here today with Sara and Ricardo and my wonderful cousin Eva, and we're in the Algarve in Portugal, and Sara and Ricardo are going to be teaching us how to make traditional Portuguese recipes today.
With Diana and Eva, we are cooking Portuguese wintry bean stew with chorizo, linguica and pork. So feijoada is a traditional stew. We have two types of feijoada in Portugal. We have the type that we're going to make, that it's more like a southern type, like from the south of Portugal. And then we have the type from the north of Portugal, which has cabbage, Savoy cabbage also. Here in the south, people usually are not a fan. I personally like with the cabbage. Ricardo not so much. Okay. But I love Savoy cabbage, so I'm biased. It has some similar cousins like in France with the cassoulet and that, but it was like born to take profit of less noble parts of the pork. And the traditional version, it's made with parts like the pig's ears, the snout, the feet, and the tail. Ricardo likes it like that, but we're going to make a more modern version. So we're going to make it with what we call enchidos. That's the plural for things like chorizo, farinheira, sausages. With the plural for that, it's like enchidos. All the varieties that you can find of different chorizos and that, we call it enchidos. All of these are enchidos. Yes.
So we have, what is this? This is bacon, right?
This is bacon.
Look at this big, huge, thick piece, and it has the rind still on it. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
this is bacon. We like
that.
We like this because it's a lean piece.
Yeah,
it's not too fatty, so it's yummy.
But it has this rind on it.
Yes.
So Mexican people, we will make chicharrones out of this.
Okay.
But in the States, where we live in America, in the United States, it's very hard to find this.
Really?
No.
Oh.
No. It's very hard. Like you can't go to the supermarket and even buy a piece of bacon like this in a piece. It just comes in slices, and it's usually really thin slices, and there's no rind on it. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we have it.
I think
everywhere.
pork belly probably is what we could. But
Similar to this,
Similar, yeah,
but
not as
if you
beautiful.
want to go and buy bacon, even at the butcher shop, where everything they
Is without
cut-
rind.
Yes.
They take it off. I know. I like
Right. So we'll make a more modern version with all this,
And this is
and with the linguiça.
see, like we
Yes,
said.
bacon, linguiça,
The salted pork belly.
salted pork belly,
Oh, okay. So this is more like our pork belly that we get
Yeah.
at home.
farinheira, which is kind of traditional, more from Lisbon and that side.
Now this is a chorizo.
No,
No?
this is not a chorizo. This is soft inside. It's pork meat with flour, slightly vinegary, very particular. You'll notice that when and people here from the Algarve usually hate this.
Oh, really?
Yes. They're
Okay.
very saying, oh, we hate farinheira, so
Okay.
people from Lisbon love it because
Okay.
it's very so.
Okay.
You'll
Right.
see.
And it's pork, you said.
It's pork,
Pork.
and it has the name is farinheira because our name for flour is farinha.
Farinha.
So the name is
yeah.
farinheira, meaning like it has flour in it. We have the ribs.
Yum.
Okay. A nice pork of baby back ribs.
Yum. Okay.
Okay, so that's the modern
happy.
version we're going to make.
Okay.
No snout, no ears, nothing
Which
like
would be
that.
totally fine for us.
Yeah, because I make dishes when I make my pozole at home. I use pork feet.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm okay because I grew up on a farm too, and you don't waste anything. So we ate
Everything.
everything. So yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
used to, in Mexico, we're used to eating even the blood
We eat
sausage.
blood.
Yeah,
We
we
eat
eat
blood
blood,
here
yes.
also.
Blood
Yeah.
sausage tacos, we eat
When
that.
we
Yeah.
kill the pig here,
Yeah.
We saute the blood with
Yeah.
garlic and bay leaf.
That's what we do in Mexico.
Okay.
So,
And it's kind of crumbly.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. All right,
Getting
so.
hungry, getting hungry.
Very hungry, okay.
okay, let's go ahead with this. Okay, so we have the ribs to cut individually. Okay, Eva, if you'd like to go ahead with that.
Okay,
We have the bacon to dice.
all right, so just dice it small? Or-
Not that small. No, we like to find the
Just like this is okay, huh?
pieces. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And we have all this beautiful linguiça.
This bacon, oh, if I could take some of this bacon home.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's good to hear.
Oh, you have no idea.
So now we're dicing the salted pork belly and cutting the linguiça,
Okay, and how big do I do the pork belly?
like you did the bacon.
Okay,
And the linguiça,
Like the chorizo, yes. When we want to,
maybe here.
yes, exactly. As you can see, you start dicing and feijoada becomes huge, even for just
Yeah.
the few of us. So
Right.
that's the problem with the feijoada. It quickly becomes a huge thing. So that's why when we have feijoada in Portugal, it's like an event.
you have to share
A
it.
family event, you know?
Okay.
It's like tamales for us.
You
Anything that we make.
you call your
Friends and family.
primas, you call your primo,
Okay.
Everybody comes
you call
by.
your
Okay.
aunt, everyone comes. So it's
Even
really
the
an
neighbor.
event.
Yeah.
Okay.
You say, what are you cooking for on Saturday? I'm cooking feijoada. Oh,
We'll be
can
there.
you please come? We'll be there.
Okay.
And that's the kind of spirit
Okay.
for feijoada, okay?
Okay. You learn to cook with your family, like your mother or your
Yes,
father?
yes,
Okay.
we both started with our mothers.
With your
His
mothers.
mother is an excellent cook, mine as well, and
Okay.
that's how we started.
So you have a giant pressure cooker there.
Yes.
And we're gonna use it for those pork ribs that we
Yes,
chopped
yes.
up earlier. And you're using it just because it's a good way to cook them quickly
Exactly.
and get them off the
Yes.
bone. Now, and I know a lot of people are afraid, including myself. I've never used a pressure cooker. I don't have
There's nothing
one.
to be afraid.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to have you inspire me, so maybe
Yes.
I will get one at home when I go home.
Yes.
So we're getting the water hot, and you can kind of see that it's
Yes.
steamy. So when it spins around, it's ready?
When it spins around, you start to count the time that you want things to be cooked inside.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
So there's no reason that you should be afraid of it.
Okay.
What you must know is never to open it without taking all the pressure out. So after
Okay.
it's cooked, you remove this, and then you have
Okay.
you know, a lot of pressure coming out, and after that has come out, it's safe to open.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Can never open it without doing that, because that would be a problem. That would mean everything would come to your face and burn you. And it's really a fast way to cook. For instance, if you want to cook beans, you put them here. You know, they take very long time to cook. I don't know, for how long do you cook them in a regular pan?
I usually cook them for a couple of hours, but I soak them overnight.
Instead of a couple of hours, you have 20 minutes here.
Right. Yeah.
So it really makes a difference.
Okay,
For
so
soups, for stews, for feijoada, for whatever, for chili con carne, whatever you want to
Okay.
make with beans, it really makes a difference.
so maybe I'm gonna have to
For-
get over my fear.
Tough cuts of meat, it really makes a
Okay.
difference. For us, we use it for octopus a lot, because we eat a lot of octopus in Portugal. Same thing, 20 to 25 minutes, the octopus is ready.
Okay.
If it's not here, it takes forever.
Okay. All right.
So,
Spin it. All right. Turn it.
Push.
Push.
pull.
Oh,
Exactly.
turn it full. Oh wow. There is no steam hardly at all.
No.
It wasn't scary. But Ricardo set it all up for me. All right.
Okay, so.
Oh, that looks good.
And it came right up the bone. Now we're gonna cut carrots.
Yes.
And how? Dice?
No,
Rounds?
rounds, yes.
Thick? Thin?
Not too thin, yes, on the thick side.
Okay, so now he's opening wine, which is like a good thing.
It's opening wine.
Okay.
But it's not party time yet.
Okay, fine.
Not yet.
We'll keep working, it's all good.
Exactly. Okay, so we have more onions here.
And we're using sweet onions, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
so
so-
that's why you're not crying.
That's why we're not crying.
Exactly.
Okay. But my mother used to say, if you use onion, which I know it's a wise tale, and I don't know if they do it here in Portugal, but she would say, "Si lloras, if you cry, it's because you're a jealous person."
Really?
Yes.
Well, I cry all the time.
So do I.
That means I love my husband and I'm very jealous.
Oh.
I admit it. Okay.
That's a good thing.
Okay. So let's go ahead with refogado again.
Okay.
Same,
All right, same
dicing
typing
it.
Dicing it, all right. So I know in New Orleans, I've taken a cooking class there, and they do onions, and I think it's red peppers, and it's either garlic or celery, I'm gonna have to look it up. But celery, and they call it the Trinity.
Oh, yes.
So that's how they start
Yes.
a lot of their recipes.
Exactly. Like Italians also use a lot of celery in their sofrito. Making a new refogado for the feijoada.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Diana. This
All right.
is all yours.
Okay, and it's the garlic and the onions that we chopped up, and olive oil. I'm just gonna put it in.
Ricardo is going to get some bay leaf also,
Oh,
that we use a lot in Portuguese cooking.
okay. Well, that's interesting because I know that the black beans that I make have bay leaf
Okay.
that my grandma used to make.
So we have a lot of bay leaf in lots of our refogados.
All right. Dried bay leaf, just like I use in my beans. And do you break it up or do you just put it whole?
I just give it a small
Small cut.
cut.
Okay, like that? Too big?
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay, because that's how I do with my beans. All right. Okay, so we'll let that cook.
The onions are partially sweated. We're gonna add all the good stuff. The linguica, the salted belly, pork belly, and the chorizo. It's going to go in and it's going to be sauteed along with the refogado. Okay?
Okay.
So, in it goes. And I still have the chorizo here. And it goes as well. Now.
So it's the carrots, the pork belly, the chorizos, everything's all gone in there. And it'll be done, you said, when it starts, the onions get a little more cooked and
Yes.
the meat start releasing the juices. Great color. And again, it smells so wonderful. And you poked holes in it earlier so that it wouldn't explode.
Yes.
Okay.
Is this coming out? Okay, now we're gonna use some white wine just to refresh a bit. It's Italian passata, yes,
Very
it's
good
really good quality.
Italian passata.
Okay.
Tomato puree. It smells good already.
Oh, it smells amazing.
It already starts to smell like feijoada.
So you've got pinto beans, right?
Yes,
I just start
exactly.
adding.
Bit of the water from the farinheira.
Okay. Oh, you're just using the stock. Uh-huh.
And this is the water from the ribs.
Okay, and you cooked the ribs in just water. There was no garlic.
You can put an onion, some peppercorns,
Okay.
a bay leaf.
Okay. All right. But you today you
make it
just did.
stock, yes.
Okay. You just made a plain stock.
Okay, that's good for now. Now I'm going to process my other beans, the beans that are reserved.
So you're gonna thicken up the sauce with some beans and some of the pork stock.
Now in it goes.
I'm learning so many great tricks today. Look at that. And I've wondered too, I'm like, why does sometimes they look so thick when I get them someplace else and I can't make them look like that? Oh, you just add the ribs. You don't chop them up. You just add them like that.
Yes.
My husband is going to love this. That's my prediction. This is going to be what he's going to go crazy over. And I'm probably going to go crazy over it too because I love beans. So. Wow. It's got ribs and bacon and chorizo and linguica. And
Now we'll put some chili here to give it a little extra kick. That's what we use in
They
Portuguese.
called malagueta.
Malagueta.
Malagueta. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Put chili inside.
Okay. Now let's let it boil.
So now how much longer would it need to cook together for it to...
You see when because the ribs
They're
are
already
ready. When the sauce is bubbly and thickened,
Okay.
and
Half an hour.
just need to make sure the carrots are cooked. Just
So if you're having a party, is this something you could make earlier in the day and leave
Yes.
aside
yes,
and heat
yes,
back up?
yes.
And then also, is it something that if you made too much, you could freeze?
Oh
And
yes,
then-
definitely.
okay.
We do that.
Okay,
Definitely.
all right. So you could definitely freeze it to frost
Yes,
it, eat it
yes.
again.
It stays very good when
And,
it's.
and we're gonna eat this today with rice, but could you eat it with bread too?
Yes, yes.
Always.
Portuguese
Oh, is that
always,
eat
always.
bread?
Portuguese
Bread.
always eat
Yes.
bread. Wheat, bread, with potatoes, with rice, all at the same time. So we're.
Mexicans eat
Yeah.
And then after all that, we still always have space for dessert.
dessert.
so-
Look at this, it's so rich. Oh my goodness.
All the meat, all these beans.
Oh my goodness. So I was just talking to Sara, and since I was a little girl, I've been trying to duplicate my Portuguese grandma's beans because they taste different than my mother's and how we grew up. And I've tried brown sugar because there's a little bit of sweetness in addition to the spiciness, and it's the wine. So I feel like crying because now I know how to make the beans that my grandma used to taste more similar. It was because of the wine. So, yay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And so delicious.
That.
Oh my gosh. The dry white wine. What's our news?
Feijoada is ready.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, we get to eat this soon. And it's next to our caldo verde. Yay!
Yay!
Okay, I'm here in the Algarve of Portugal with Chef Ricardo and Chef Sara, and we made feijoada,
Perfect.
which is pinto beans, linguica, chorizo, pork belly, pork ribs, and onions and carrots and garlic.
Yes.
Olive oil,
Yes.
wine. What else did I miss?
Tomato.
Tomato. And it smells amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna get to take a bite of it. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry that I'm eating in front of you, but no, I'm not. It's so good. I'm gonna try this very special sausage. You have to say it, Sarah, because I can't say it.
Farinheira.
Okay,
You just don't eat it whole. Just eat a small bit and then.
a little tiny bite and see if I like it.
Exactly. Yes.
Mmm.
You like it.
Mm-hmm.
You
I'm so on my
like
face.
it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yum.
very good. If you like it, you really like it.
Mm. Thank you for watching Molé Mama live from the Algarve in Portugal. I want to thank Chef Ricardo, Chef Sara
Thank
for
you.
coming and cooking with us. What a lovely day we've had. Que Dios te bendiga.